Hello, everyone. This is Talk for Glory, episode 199. We are about 1 hour into Friday Night SmackDown. It's been one hell of a week of wrestling. We are 24 hours. Oh, wow, scratch that. We are about 2 weeks removed off of All In, but now we're 2 weeks deep and we're 24 hours away from All Out. And you guys already know the rules. When there's wrestling, there's a podcast, and that podcast is Talk for Glory. So, for the first time in I don't know fucking long. I'm not keeping track of that. For the first time in a damn good long time. First off, introductions are always a must. I'm Enigma before,
I am Young Smooth.
and this is the AEW All Out 2024 predictions. Before we even get into that, first off, welcome back, Smooth.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you guys for welcoming me back. Of course, it's been a while, and it feels good to be back. I think we get to chop it up like the good old days.
Yep.
199 episodes. We're one episode away from 200 episodes, and like I said, guys, I just want to thank everybody for joining us on this journey of Talk for Glory for 6 strong years. Well, going on 6, right?
Yeah, we're about it. I think we hit
November.
6 in November?
Oh no, I think we just hit 6 in August.
No. Wait. August was the idea, the sales pitch of Talk for Glory, while November was like the first ever video.
The creation, right? Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, we could basically say 6 years in the Talk for Glory.
Right. And and in those 6 years, we're up to 1,234 subscribers. So thank you, guys.
Podcast episodes. 200 podcast episodes almost. One more moved.
Yep, and we've got 1,234 subscribers. We talk to a lot of you guys, whether it's here in the comments or on social medias.
Man, it just feels good to be back. And what better way than to come back for AEW All
Out. Smooth, how do you feel about All Out being 2 weeks after All In? Yeah.
I actually don't like it. I think it should be a month separation.
I was just telling a friend that we both know about that as he was asking me about what's the next AEW pay-per-view, and I said, oh, All Out, it's about like 48 hours, it's about 2 days. And then he had asked, oh, what happened to All In? I was like, yeah, All In happened. They were all in, now we're all out.
I don't like the 2 weeks apart thing. I think we need at least a month separation to build the pay-per-view correctly.
If you're going to do like All In, All Out, I guess you could have done Saturday All Out, then Sunday All In. Other than that, yeah, give me a month.
Yeah, exactly. Because think about it, Enigma, this before All In came, this was kind of like the second biggest pay-per-view.
Right. I will say Double or Nothing kind of took that spot till they were able to get the rights of All In.
Yeah, so before All In came, All Out was like the second biggest, and now it's kind of been treated like I wouldn't say I don't know the correct word. It's an afterthought. Like, hey, whatever match didn't make it, we'll just throw it on, or like whatever random storyline, we just attach it to this pay-per-view. The second year in a row, I don't like how it feels, but we got a lot of good matches, so I can't complain.
Yeah, so not the biggest fan of how closely we are when it comes to, okay, we did All In, now it's All Out, and the storyline that we had, like the weekend or the week of built into All In, we're just gonna like fizzle it into All Out. Yeah. What wasn't truly the biggest fan of that. I'm still on the idea that if we have All Out be a month later, it can kind of be the backlash of all in.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, better build storylines. We get more matches that's produced and better. I don't know. Hey, it is what it is. Yeah, we got some great quality matches on this card, so I'm not gonna sit here and complain about the freaking time difference between the two.
Right. On top of that, I will say what's different from last year to this year is there actually have been stories which we're about to get into. So let's get into the
there actually is a few. Yeah.
Starting us off with, it is a battle of New York versus New York. No, we don't count you, Long Island, and we damn sure don't count you, Buffalo. We love you guys, but
It's the battle between the outsiders of New York, the New York
Right.
outsiders.
Even if we have some good brothers in New York, Buffalo.
Yeah.
So it is MJF versus Daniel Garcia, the Dance versus the Devil. Damn, I don't know how many nicknames Garcia actually has.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't really know. I
But
think
yeah,
that
it
I
doesn't
think the
matter.
dance.
So my my thing with this story is I love it. I actually do. I do think though that if this were for the international championship, there'd just be that extra kick to it. Because maybe I'm just speaking because I believe Daniel Garcia at this point in his career is owed a championship, whether it be the international, the TNT, maybe it's a title on Ring of Honor.
Continental.
Um,
No.
what was that? Oh no, I thought I said Continental.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. But like, yeah, I think Daniel Garcia is just like he's that good. Like he's earned himself a belt.
Yeah,
And
yeah, man.
no, you go.
I definitely agree. As of late, the last few months, keeping up with AEW a little bit, Danny Garcia has actually proven that he has improved throughout the months in the year of 2024. Comparing him to last year around this time, it's not the same. So I'm actually happy for him, and I'm glad to see where he's at right now in his career. He's super over with the crowd, and yeah, I do agree with you on the statement you said earlier. He is over the title,
Right.
and whether that's the TNT, the tag team, Continental, I think he deserves it. Why not?
I honestly wanted him and Daddy Magic to win AEW tag titles at one point. I still do actually.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. But my thoughts, honestly, MJF, he I gotta get used to him still being a heel again. I know it's been like a month and a half or 2 months that he turned heel again. I do like what happened between him and Daniel recently on the AEW with the security guards and everything like that, breaking them up the fight right that
Right.
happened recently this week.
Right.
That was this week or last week?
That was this week.
Yeah, so I do like how like their beef is real, and you can like see the hatred they have for each other.
Of course. Daniel Garcia basically screwed MJF out of a title and MJF tried to kill Daniel Garcia.
Yeah, that's crazy. He did cost him the title at all in, right?
Right.
Basically. So who you got winning and why?
I've got Daniel Garcia winning this because I think Daniel Garcia has had multiple opportunities to show, like, hey, I am like the future. I am the next big thing. But if there's one thing I do have to say that's lacking in the catalog of Daniel Garcia, it's those main event style matches.
Yeah.
Now, I know he's faced Bryan, he's faced Ospreay, he's faced
Jericho.
he's faced Jericho, which I don't know how credible that is anymore. Um,
But at the time, it was credible
right.
to a certain extent.
But like, yeah, like the thing about like all these like matches is like they're very like scattered. Like, oh, he did this match in 2021 against Bryan, and then, like sometime like August 2022, he did this match against Jericho,
Yeah, the
and then
time.
2024 he faced Ospreay.
Yeah,
Like, you need to get the ball rolling, and one of the things that a Garcia win has is most of them aren't clean.
yeah, exactly. Which kind of gives me off the. He gives me the babyface vibes of what's his name? What's his dude's name? Shit. Never mind. I forgot.
I was gonna say that if I had to compare Daniel Garcia to any babyface, I would probably compare him to Johnny Gargano, but before like the Andrade match,
Yeah.
where like the whole story was just close but no cigar.
Yeah. And I feel eventually that's where AEW is gonna head, in the direction where he's getting close and close and close. He'll probably keep losing, and then he'll finally get his big ones.
Jesus.
Probably in New York.
Yeah. Actually, now, guys, viewers, listeners, everything in between, do you guys think Daniel Garcia will get his moment in New York?
I think it's bound to happen, and I agree with you. I do have Daniel Garcia winning.
All right, glad we can agree on that one.
You have
So
to capitalize on the baby face. MJF has already accomplished so much. You don't really need him
yeah,
to
like he
win.
doesn't fully need this win.
Yeah. A
Like,
guy like Daniel Garcia could benefit off of it.
now on to our next match. It is a Chicago street fight. From friends to enemies to haters, it is the former TBS champion, now current CMLL women's champion, Willow Nightingale versus another former TBS champion in Chris Statlander. And my God, I love Chris Statlander. I really do.
Mm.
And I love Willow. But my God, this match, this feud is probably a little overdue, but I also think it's one of the most anticipated feuds we were expecting.
Yeah.
When it,
Yeah. When it comes to AEW's women's division, at least for like the rankings of the TBS title, former holders, right?
yeah, I would probably say like even like across the board, TBS and TNT, not TNT, TBS and actually yeah no
Women's world
TBS
champion.
and TNT. I'm talking about mid cards. TBS,
Okay.
TNT, Continental, and All Atlantic, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
International. There we go. Like when it
Yeah.
comes to like the mid card men and women of AEW does a really good job of it.
It does. And I do like how Tony Khan kind of shines his light mainly on when it comes to mid card. Sometimes on the women. No, my only problem with it is that he doesn't execute them correctly after they win a big match.
Right.
They'll get the title and then they'll just hold it and then do random bullshit.
Like I probably would say when it comes to the success of the TBS title,
Yeah.
like the holders have been great. Going from I'm not gonna count the currents. So going from Willow to Julia Hart to
All right.
Chris Statlander,
Mm-hmm.
like that's awesome. That's a pretty established list right there.
Exactly. But me personally, I don't really know too much about this match, so I'm not gonna sit here and act like I do. But I do know of both of them, and I'm excited to see what they're gonna bring. You can't go wrong with a Chicago Street Fighter.
I do want to say though that the whole story behind them is how Chris had turned heel on Willow, but just I think maybe like 20 minutes ago I saw on Twitter that Statlander had said, "Oh, I turned because you didn't give me a TBS title match."
Yeah.
I then wondered, like, did you even ask?
I'm pretty sure they were close. They probably she would have probably agreed.
Like, I don't
That's not
remember
that's
the
not a good
time. Like,
reason.
I don't remember the
To,
time. Willow, not Willow, freaking Stat just going, "Hey, Willow, can I have a
give me a
match?"
title shot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like never came
that's what
up.
I'm saying. That's not a good reason to, or even a good explanation to bring a feud together.
I mean,
That's
it's funny. Like, no one knows you anything.
yeah, exactly. You got to earn this shit.
Like, we're all wrestlers. Come on.
But
But anyways, I
but
have.
do you think since they have a relationship that this can potentially be like an all out brawl,
Oh
like
hell yeah!
literally, it could get wild because of the history.
Wait, what was the
Hello?
question?
It can get like wild because of, like the history. Do you think like because of their history together, they're gonna want to beat the crap out of each other even more?
Oh, absolutely. If there's one person you want to beat up more than a friend in a friendly fight, it's definitely someone you don't like or someone that screwed you over.
Exactly, and that's what I like about these former friends turning into rivals matches. Hold on, somebody's knocking my door. Hold on, go ahead, continue.
Uh, so when it comes to this match, I definitely got Willow winning this, but I also don't mind the idea of Chris Statlander winning this. After all, she's basically the number one contender for the CMLL Women's Championship. I don't know if this Chicago Street Fight is for the title or not. Maybe that title match is supposed to be like the tiebreaker because Statlander did beat Willow.
Yeah,
So now it's a street fight. Maybe Willow wins this and they break the tie on the Dynamite.
get a trilogy
There we go.
on a dynamite. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, beyond
So I'm
that,
gonna
I
go. I'm
still
gonna go
got it.
Statlander.
Hmm?
I'm gonna go Statlander.
I'm gonna go with Willow.
Do you think it ends in a
Um,
trilogy?
yeah, definitely does. Definitely does.
Okay. I mean, I can't. You can't go wrong with that. So.
All right. Next, we're gonna keep it with the women's division. Now we're gonna talk about the TBS championship. It is defending champion versus call her whatever the fuck you want. Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, the CEO, the legit boss, whatever the fuck you guys want, versus the ace of the AEW women's division, Hikaru Shida, the longest reigning AEW women's world champion.
Mm. Oh wow.
What a year for Shida. It feels as if she's just going out there and just challenging the best. Where it's only a matter of time before she challenges Mariah May. But this year, she's challenged Mercedes. She's challenged Athena. At this point,
She just wants to face the best. I feel.
yeah, there we go. At this point, the best are just going to come to Shida.
I mean, realistically speaking, does Sheeta have a chance of beating Mercedes for the
Oh, no,
title?
of course not.
I mean,
She has,
it would be a good showing and a good thing to see because she is the longest reigning AEW Women's World Champion. So I wouldn't mind seeing another part of going on her,
right,
but we
her.
have to be realistic. So
I don't even think that Shida is a former TBS champion.
that's what I'm
Yeah, no,
saying.
no.
Huh?
Plus, I also believe that the whole two belt Sasha thing, it's gonna run its course because Sasha Banks just finished defending her New Japan Strong Women's Championship against Momo Watanabe at New Japan's Capital Collision. No, I did not cover that. I did not do predictions. I did not do gameplay. I did not do a review. Did not feel like doing it.
Oh man. So what are your thoughts though on Mercedes Moné and Sheeta?
So this might be, and I know a lot of people have other matches. This might be Sasha's best match out of the
What makes
two.
you say that? You think the styles, the chemistry is gonna like click?
Oh yeah, I think Hikaru Shida just knows how to mesh with about like 80% of the roster.
Yeah. She's just
So
one of those who can go with like just about anyone.
exactly. So Shida might just bring the best out of Sasha here.
And realistically speaking, as much as people may not like Mercedes Moné, Mercedes is one of those people who can get you going as well in the ring. So I'm not going
Of
to
course.
discredit her completely.
But I do want to say this now to viewers and all. Whether this match is a 5-star, 10-star, 3-star, there's two people in this match. I don't want to just hear Mercedes this, Mercedes that, Sasha did this, she's great, and blah, blah, blah. Two people here. Give both of them their flowers.
I think we know it's crazy. Even if the match is really good, Mercedes Moné is going to take up most of the credit.
Then
This
that's
is why I don't like Mercedes matches.
yeah, that's kind of it. Like the fandom makes me not like her matches.
Yeah, because they just credit her. Oh, they say, oh my God, did you see that from Mercedes? Mercedes. They don't give the other person the shine or even at least the credit.
But uh, yeah, you know what?
Mercedes.
No, I'm gonna freaking go against it. I'm gonna say the ace of AEW, Hikaru Shida gets it because if there's one thing we know about Sasha, it's that when it comes to title history, they ain't that long.
Yeah, and that's all across the board, not just AEW.
All across.
But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Mercedes losing the title right now. I think you should stretch it out a little longer.
All right, so you got Sasha winning.
Yeah, I got Mercedes when they win.
Bet. All right, so on to our next match. It is for the Continental Championship. It is the Rainmaker, or should I say the Bitch Maker. It is defending champion Kazuchika Okada versus the Ring of Honor World Champion Mark Briscoe versus returning the new Alpha Konosuke Takeshita and freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy.
You know,
You know?
Enigma. I'm actually excited to see Orange Cassidy in this match.
So I'm actually excited to see Konosuke Takeshita.
Why?
this dude had an amazing G1, and I think when it comes to him working with Japanese talent, not just in New Japan, but anywhere across the board. So if you look at his DDT work, the dude looks like he's having the time of his life. And just off of a stare down with Okada, you get to see Konosuke just looking and just going, "Oh yeah, we're
Have
gonna
they
have."
ever faced?
No, they have never
Yeah,
faced. They've had completely different wrestling careers.
maybe that. And this is why that stare down was so tense, and everybody was getting hyped over it on Twitter. And like they finally stared each other down. It's gonna be a
We,
match that's coming in AEW soon.
like we all have those people. We all have those people that we're just like, dude, imagine if it ever happened. There are people out there in the world that go, like, what if we ever got Will Ospreay versus Seth Rollins just to stare down? They've never interacted or
Oh
anything.
man.
What if we ever got Okada versus Randy? What if we ever got um Roosh versus Rey Mysterio?
Oh man.
Like we all have those, and I think a lot of people, American and Japanese wrestling fans alike, saw that stare down and just it just clicked. The magic was there. Wow, we've never gotten it, but
There's definitely a tease. I think it's coming soon.
exactly. Konosuke Takeshita versus Kazuchika Okada. When, where, and where do I watch it?
Hey, it doesn't matter. I just want to watch it.
And then I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sleep on Mark Briscoe. He is the ROH World Champion. This dude, I'm not gonna lie, he is having a better career than I thought he would have after the passing of Jay Briscoe.
Yeah, I do like what they did with Mark. You know, they didn't just write him off and give him bullshit, shitty gimmicks and have him do random singles matches. They kept kind of his legacy attached, but just now as a singles guy. So it's good to see what they've been doing him over the last few months. And he is the ROH World Champion. So happy for him, man.
Yeah, I'm so happy that Mark Briscoe is in a place in his career where it's not just, well, since my brother passed, I guess my career is over as well.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about what I like to call the biggest underdog of AEW, Orange
Yeah.
Cassidy.
Hey, man, we saw what he did when he was the All Atlantic champion at the time.
That that's the thing about Orange Cassidy. I think when it comes to him, the bar isn't low, but it's not high either.
It's not, and this, which is why when he was the champion, the All Atlantic champion, it kind of set everybody like, oh shit, he's actually a good title holder
Maybe we got
because
to raise
he
the bar
was,
even higher.
yeah, he was such an underdog. Nobody believed in him. So who knows? This could be the night where he shines and he gets one step closer to being another champion in AEW. So if he wins, he will be another champion in AEW.
He has yeah, he's only held just the international.
International. That's what I'm saying. It would be cool to see him add this under his.
Right, I swear I thought he won TNT at one point. But
there was a time
then,
when the TNT was going back and forth to me, like a lot of people.
and then we have Kazuchika Okada.
I don't think he's gonna win. There's a reason why it's a fatal four-way match.
Yeah,
I don't think they want to make him lose clean.
I'm kind of in that same boat where it's like, all right, you guys don't want Okada to like take a pin. All right, I've already seen what Okada looks like in a fatal four-way. He kind of looks lost. Okada is basically only good in 1v1s. He's only good for one dance partner. But I might be wrong because he was okay in tag matches.
I don't know. I just feel like this is AEW's way of just taking the title off him without having to see him lose.
I'm okay with that.
And if we had to choose anybody from these three men who would win, who would it be?
I think it might be Konosuke Takeshita.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind.
Takeshita's family needs some gold.
And it only makes sense, to be honest. It does make sense. All right, so when that match does happen, because we know it's going to happen, and if he does win, does Okada win back the title?
No.
So you think he'll put over Taneshka?
Takeshita?
Yeah, you think he'll put him over?
Yeah, I think he does, but then I also think that this is their way of going, all right, now Brian's going to go for – not Brian. Now Okada's going to go after Brian in the AEW World title.
So you don't think it's gonna go straight into a match with him? It's just gonna go off to like the world
It's a
title.
maybe. I'm kind of seeing like 6 months ahead instead of 3 months.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I see what you're saying. We could probably see it like a bigger stage. Who knows?
All right, but who do you have winning?
I'm gonna go with, you know what? I'm gonna go Orange Cassidy.
All right, you were never really one to choose Orange Cassidy, so that's a
I know,
change.
right? Who you
All
go
right,
with? Oh, you already said it.
yeah, I already said Takeshita. All right, so now let's roll it into some tag team action. As it is for the AEW World Tag Team Championships, it is the Young Bucks. It is Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson versus the Blackpool Combat Club of Wheeler Yuta and damn, I was about to say actually no, I'm so sad. Cesaro.
Who?
So you guys already know Cesaro, the guy that swings people, facing Matt and Nick Jackson.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but can you show a little more respect next time and call us by our God-given names of Nicholas and Matthew Jackson? You see,
I was wondering how the fuck my bro got super kicked. Okay, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, HR. They're the corporate bucks. No longer
Yeah,
the bucks of youth.
yeah, they're kind of getting old.
Versus Cardio and Wheeler Yuta of the Blackpool Combat Club. And I'm actually looking forward to this, but I've also realized something inside the Blackpool Combat Club.
What's up? What's that?
This faction doesn't have a tag team.
I mean, this could be it right here. With Yuta and Claudio
But then we've also said the same thing about like, oh, it's gonna be Mox and Danielson. It's gonna be Mox and Claudio. It's gonna be Danielson and Yuta. So that's just something interesting that I've started realizing, because when you look at other factions, you can easily say, oh, that's obviously the faction in the group. I mean, that's obviously the tag team of the group.
Yeah, the group like JD McDonough and Finn.
Exactly. Like when you look at the Judgment Day, it's Finn and Jordan Devlin. When you look at the Bloodline, it's the Gorillas of Destiny. And if you go even further back, the Hurt Business, it was obviously Cedric and Shelton Benjamin.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting that the Blackpool Combat Club don't have that.
Yeah, they don't have a set tag team, which I kind of like in a way. And it's kind of like the New Day as well with Xavier and Kofi.
Yeah, I love the little flip arounds.
But this faction doesn't have a set tag team, so that is a good point you made.
Although people are saying like they're hating the run, and I think the Bucks won 100 days no defense.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Really?
I think I may have to go back on that one. But I like the gimmick. I like HR. I like the corporate buck. Pretty sure I started calling them that, and like that's not even their official name. But I will say though that I need these tag titles off of them, because if all you can give me is the Acclaimed or the Revival or FTR, it kind of makes me not look forward to a Young Bucks match.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, bro. I feel like this whole corporate Bucks team was starting off well, and just as of late, it just kind of took a decline to me.
Right, and then when it comes to, gimmick and championship runs are two different things. Now, if you can merge the two, that's great. But that's kind of the problem when it comes to some champions in all promotions, where it's like, oh, this gimmick is amazing, but your championship run itself is horrible.
It's not good, yeah.
Or your championship run is great, I just don't like your gimmick. That was actually what a lot of people were saying about Orange Cassidy. They didn't like the whole lazy guy finds a way to win kind of gimmick. But they
like the title run.
Yeah, they like the run. Like, I think when it comes to the international championship, everyone's going to be talking about the greats, which would be Orange Cassidy in that list.
Yeah, no matter how much you may not like him or dislike his whatever he is a gimmick, you have to respect the title run he had, and it's probably still today as the best all active champion holder there is, or international title holder there is. It was.
When I see anything involving tag titles, the first thing that always comes to my mind is, All right, so Cesaro doesn't need to be near this because I already saw him win tag titles like 11 times. So
WWE.
yeah, so I don't need that. But I don't mind this because Wheeler Yuta technically is you know, he's a kid. He's the baby of the group in a sense. He's the most inexperienced. So I think him having Cesaro have his back because him, Cesaro, and Pac are actually the trios champions. No, that doesn't mean Pac is a part of BCC, but who knows? Double champ BCC kind of sounds badass.
It does. Winning most of the gold. I wouldn't be mad at it.
And then I'm not gonna lie, I actually like the idea of Grizzled Young Vets versus BCC more than Grizzled Young Vets versus
Young Bucks.
the Young Bucks.
I agreed. I mean, I don't know. I kind of want to see the Bucks take a step away from just the division for a while, at least a little seat back, and let the other team shine.
Exactly. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm aiming for too. Like you guys are great, but just I want other people to be great too. And I've said this, I believe, back in April or May when when Best Friends broke up, and I remember telling my friend, just like, God damn it, all I've got is Private Party left, and my God, I need that tag team to win the tag titles.
I don't know, man.
But yeah, I got a BCC winning this.
I kind of want to see new teams like make a way, but at the same time, it's like AW just put themselves in like such a hard predicament because it's not really a tag team really that's hot right now. That'll make you want to go, hey, this team should be tag team champions. But that's why I kind of feel like they keep going back to their previous holders.
See, that's the thing though. They kind of do make them, but they don't
do,
really.
But then they don't really continue building them.
Yeah, they don't really continue building. Like I'll say right here, right now, that I think Matt Taven and Mike Bennett are one of the greatest tag teams on the AEW roster, and they got the ROH tag titles, which kind of sucks because you guys kept doing great with them on ROH, but then they were jobbers on Dynamite. And then we're still waiting. We got Jamie Hayter back, so that's one person I was looking forward to. That got off the injury list. Now we're waiting for you, Mark Davis. Now we're waiting for Aussie Open to reunite, and they win the AW tag titles. Again, I'm still pitching for Private Party. We have Grizzled Young Vets.
I wouldn't mind. You just have to build all these teams. I don't like the whole, let's just throw them in the title picture.
We also have Top Flight,
which is not bad though.
Which I think is a faction now.
And don't isn't Goldust and Sammy Guevara like one half of the trio tag titles with ROH?
Oh yeah, Goldust. No, actually, Goldust and Sammy Guevara are, also 2/3 of the trios champions, and they are also the ROH tag team champions.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that happened.
Not bad. So we could kind of throw them in the mix too in AEW. At least, I'm not saying we win the titles, but at least in the picture, that's another team you have right there.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm also pitching for. Just, all right, if these people are former ROH tag team champions, maybe give them contention for the AEW tag team championships. They kind of did something similar with Aussie Open. They lost the titles to Adam Cole and MJF. And then not too long after, I think maybe like 2 months later or a month later, they then challenged FTR at Wrestle Dream Dynasty.
Yeah.
I think. But yeah, that's everything. We've gone on a fucking rant about tag team wrestling in AEW, which is ironic because it was one of the best things in 2019, 2020.
And still right now on paper, they probably still have some of the best teams. It's just, I don't know, the division's not being executed right.
House of Black, that's another tag team. Give me Brody King and Malachi Black, or Brody King and Buddy Matthews.
Oh yeah, that's definitely good.
But yeah, beyond that, I have the Blackpool Combat Club winning this.
I got the corporate Bucks.
All right. So next is for the AEW International Championship. It is, and yes, it's crazy to say, it is for the second time ever So yes, they've only fought
Uh-huh.
once before tomorrow. It
It's
is
gonna be. It's probably
British.
gonna be a freaking. It's probably gonna be a fucking snooze fest match, bro.
Yeah, it's
Not
gonna
at
be.
least that.
I was about to make a bunch of indie jokes, but it is British excellence at its finest. It's arguably the top two of the UK. It is a kingpin versus a king. It is the Commonwealth versus a man versus someone that gravity obviously forgot. It is a bastard versus an assassin. It is Pac versus the AEW International Champion. He is the Billy Goat, the Commonwealth Kingpin, representing United. Well, actually, no, yeah, he still is. Still throws up the crowns. Representing United
2023
Empire.
Tough for Glory Superstar of the Year.
There we go. He's the 2023 Top for Glory Wrestler of the Year. He is Will by God Ospreay.
Oh man, how do we even begin in a match like this?
Again, it is British wrestling at its finest, and again, we've only gotten this once, and we got this in 2019 in Rev Pro. And during that time, Will Ospreay was the never open weight champion, and Pac was the Dragon Gate champion. Now they're both on all elite soil, and I believe they haven't even beaten each other.
I remember we actually covered that on our
Yes,
channel.
we did.
That's crazy. All these years later, we come back to one of the biggest matches on that card.
Exactly. We covered a Rev Pro match, but now they're here on AEW. And yeah, these two have only fought once, did not pin, no submit each other. The match ended due to the time limit draw. And now we're here. Will Ospreay, two-time international champion, and Pac, the first ever international champion. For you guys,
this match is gonna blow the roof off.
Oh hell, it might get one of the best match simulations. As you guys see in community creations, it's no longer just one match that'll get rated. So who knows? Maybe this might be a part of the list.
Yeah, I definitely think this is gonna be a showstopper right here.
Of course,
come on, you got Pac and Will Ospreay. Come on, bro. If it's anything less than great, I'll be honestly shocked, bro.
Again, I wanted this match at All In. I wanted the UK fan to get a homegrown style match. Hell, you could have had Andy of Rev Pro be front and center.
Yeah, that made it way more sense, to be honest.
But we're getting the match. I ain't complaining. I know the match some of you guys are looking forward to after this. But again, British excellence at its finest. Bastard.
Assassin. Hello?
What's up?
You said what?
I was saying that's a headline in its own right. It's the bastard versus the assassin.
Who do you got if you had to put your money on somebody?
I would bet on Will Ospreay. I think Will Ospreay has a job to do before he climbs up to the main event scene, and that is to make whatever title he currently holds prestigious, and that's his job right now at the International.
I'm honestly gonna agree with you. Not that it's not because I don't think Pat can do it. I just don't think it's the right time. Like you said, he's probably trying his best to make this title prestigious. So, and I don't think the AEW would have put the title on him just to have him lose 2 weeks later again.
I honestly, I've been saying I think since he returned after the pandemic that Pac should be a former AEW World Champion by now.
Yeah, I mean he should be an AEW World Champion.
So I think win, lose, maybe 5-6 months from now, maybe in 3 months, I could see one of these two challenging for the AEW World title.
It's honestly a toss-up. Yeah, any of them could. Which is what makes this match so intriguing and interesting. Which is why a lot of us fans want to even see this match. These two are really good, so it would not surprise me if any of them go on to challenge for the world title literally in the next few months.
But you said you got Ospreay winning.
Yep, I agree. I do have Ospreay with you.
All right, so we're in agreement with that one.
Yes, sir.
All right, next is arguably the most personal feud on this card in this company. It is in a steel cage match. It is Hangman Adam Page versus the former AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland. You know, I would ask whose house, but kind of burned down.
Let me ask you something. I've been seeing him get a lot of backlash because of what Swerve posted. Like this is like AEW's rocking Steve Austin.
You know, that's kind of the thing I like about wrestling, but it's also something I dislike as well. I don't think this is AEW's Steve Austin and Rock. I think this is AEW's Hangman and Swerve.
Yeah. You know, because then, you know, you start putting yourself into a different kind of expectations, which kind of ruins the match for me in a way.
Right.
But then again, it's like, hey, fuck it. I'm not going to pay mind to that shit. I'm just going to enjoy the feud what it is right now. I'm not going to give a fuck about what these fucking Twitter people think.
Yeah, so don't ever let anyone change your narrative, your perspective on wrestling. This match is going to be fucking awesome. It went from, all right, the first match, you know, it's just a match. You know, it's a show. Does Hangman still got it?
Mm.
Second match was, all right, maybe you got lucky. Third match, time limit draw.
This is a deal breaker right here.
So I remember Hangman saying in the promo that Swerve has never beaten him clean. He needed Prince Nana. He needed Mogul Embassy. And then, with no help, time limit draw. So now, the real question is, can Swerve actually beat Hangman?
At least fair and square.
At least fair and square.
Here's my thing about this feud, which I like. I like how natural it became, right? And it was how easy going. It started off as just, does Hangman still have it? And then they put on good matches. Now it's gotten personal to the point where it's like,
you burned my
house. They burned my house, bro. Like, nah.
But
nah,
wait, I also want to talk about this real quick. I also just got to say, so everyone's saying that, like Hangman just like went guns blazing. Swerve broke into his house.
What his kid and his wife did.
Like, I made a couple jokes with a friend about like the reason why Hangman went to these lengths, because clearly, like, it takes more than just breaking and entering. So for a moment, guys, enjoy the jokes where Hangman's talking about he broke into my house. Hey, maybe he drank Hangman's favorite juice. He broke into his house. Maybe he used up all his toilet paper. He broke into his house. Maybe he ate his kids' fruit snacks.
We don't know. Exactly.
We just know that Swerve broke into his house, and that made him crash out.
We don't know what could have happened.
Like, Swerve could have done a lot of things. That's where it's not for Hangman.
It's gotten very personal for Hangman. And I like how AEW adds the details of the house. I saw that early on that day on the X. Everybody like, Hangman. I mean, Swerve purchases his childhood home,
which I thought was amazing. I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah, and actually, next thing you know, a few hours later, it's on AEW getting burned. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Like, I started laughing because my first thought when I saw that was, oh, that's so cool. That's awesome. Congratulations, man. And I'm sure like every adult wants to do that in their life. And then I don't know why, once I got off my phone, about like 20 minutes passed, I'm minding my own business. And just random, the thought goes in my head. Hangman's about to burn that shit, isn't he? He about to set that shit ablaze.
Oh, God.
And what did he do?
He did it.
Hangman asked, whose house? Not yours.
I love how personally, like I said, they got. Now it's not just a good match rivalry. It's actually a rivalry. If it's up to me, if you ask me, it's the greatest rivalry. Not the greatest, but it's the best rivalry in wrestling right now. I
currently would say that when it comes to who's the wrestler that has the best stories in AEW, it's Hangman Page.
Yeah.
Hangman has his feud with Kenny. He's had his feud with the Bucks. He's had his feud with Swerve.
Exactly.
Like when it comes
I
to
can say
Hangman
this. This
Page,
could be. This is going to be their first ever. In a few years from now, we're gonna be like, oh, this feud it remind me of, or it's gonna be this generation. I mean, this era of Hangman and Swerve.
exactly. I think also, why the hell do you people go so far back? Why the hell did you guys go all the way back to Rock and Steve Austin? You guys could have just said like Randy and Triple H.
Randy and John,
Exactly. Like goddamn,
two guys
going all the way
came
like
up. Yeah,
going all the way like what, like early 2000s?
90s.
Like
Jesus
god damn,
Christ.
you guys could have fucking went for like late 2000s.
Exactly. But
But
in a few years from now, I do think we're gonna still be talking about this rivalry.
oh hell yeah.
And as long as they're in AEW and they come across each other's paths, they're always gonna have some sort of history. So, which is why it makes this match even more intriguing and important. Because
And the
whoever wins this match gets the upper hand.
And the best part is there's no title involved, but it's got to be the biggest match on the card. Personally, I think this match main events.
If I'm AEW, I think this match does main event as well. You close the show with this match. I
So,
love Jack Perry and Brian, but I don't think you close the show with that match.
so viewers, listeners, ask yourselves this. Answer the question: do you think, or would you like, for Hangman Page versus Swerve Strickland in a steel cage match to be the main event of AEW All Out? But
We got winning.
I have Hangman Page finally getting this win. And again,
I'm gonna go with Swerve.
I will die on this hill. Hangman is the victim, and he's just reacting to everything. You know how this started? He broke in his house and drank his juice.
Bro, I was gonna go with Swerve. It just makes more sense at the moment. I love Hangman, but I really feel
Right.
like this feud win could benefit Swerve in so much more ways.
Right. As I say, Swerve broke into Hangman's house. I'm sure there's people on the other side saying he burned his house down.
Exactly. Like you could have broken in his house and did something. Like burned his fucking house. You took it to the extreme.
That's the thing about this story. Again, what's worse? Like you said, his wife and kid was home. I'm just adding extra stuff, but breaking and entering or just burning your childhood house down.
Complete two different things, and it sucks.
But they're both insane things that would probably
Make
cause
you
the
like
same
trigger you.
response.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like if you burn my
Not
house
worse.
down, I might break into your house. If you break into my house, I might burn your house down.
Exactly. So let's see. It's gonna be a fun match. I'm excited. I got Swerve winning,
I got Hangman winning.
and this is gonna be the main event for me, at least.
Right, but let's
Tomorrow.
get into the predictions main event. So before we do that, I want to thank everyone that'll be listening. I do know that we're doing this during SmackDown, which is kind of what happens when we go live with Talk for Glory. You guys got to choose what you want to watch, and that's okay. It's a podcast. You listen whenever you want, whether you're just chilling, whether you're working out, whether you're just on the train or you're driving. You listen to Talk for Glory.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't just listen to Talk for Glory. What you guys can do is follow Talk for Glory. You guys can always do what you all do best. Some of you guys have it memorized, actually, and I'm actually impressed by that. I find it fucking funny. You guys can follow the socials. So remember, guys, to Smooth, where they can find you?
Find me at Young Smooth TFG on Twitter.
You guys can follow myself at Enigma_V4_ on my Twitter, Enigma_V4 on my TikTok. I've been getting a lot of reactions on that one. Love you guys that are talking about who's right, who's wrong, Hangman and Swerve, and getting a lot of people loving Azumi doing a Canadian double arm destroyer. Follow me on my Twitch where you guys can get early access to seeing the best match at whatever show at Enigma_V4_. Smooth, where can they find you on Twitter?
You can follow me on Twitch at Smooth81.
And then you guys can find me on Kick, the gaming website, because we don't do the other one, at Enigma_V4. And remember, guys, where there's a podcast, where there's wrestling, there's Talk for Glory. So you guys can follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Currently on Spotify/Apple Podcasts. I just finished covering the 5-Star Grand Prix finals. I covered the finals match, the World of Stardom Championship match, and the Future of Stardom Championship match. But if you guys want those predictions, that's still back here on YouTube, where I had special guest Jason of Red Belt Radio. But this is AEW. We're here for the main event. And what is a champion? What is a company without their champion, without their world champion? So our main event is for the AEW World Championship. It is the TNT champion, the Scapegoat. What some of you guys are saying may be the breakout star of the year. Let's see where we're at in first week of January. It is Jack Perry versus the American Dragon.
New.
There you go. The American Dragon, the new AEW World Champion. He is the only man. Fucking hell. He is the only man to have 3 5-star matches for Talk for Glory. And I wish he did it, but he's twisting my arm on this one. He's had 5-star matches with Zack Sabre Jr., Will Ospreay, and Swerve Strickland. He is Bryan Danielson.
I don't even know where to begin with this.
So
I'm excited because Bryan gets to start his new AEW World Title run, and like he said, this might be his last full-time, basically Royal. After this, he's going part-time. So I really do feel like Bryan's about to go all out in his last full-time AEW title run.
I agree. I think Bryan is gonna go guns blazing. He's gonna give us more reasons. He might give us like 3 more 5-star matches by the time we're done with this. Bryan's gonna give us his all right before he goes part-time, and then eventually he's gonna retire. Eventually,
he's in his early 40s, so I think he'll be part-time for a while.
Right. And then on top of that, I think this is great for Jack Perry. A lot of people have said, "Oh, they're doing this match for Chicago and CM Punk reactions and Cry Me a River and blah blah blah." Shut up. If you guys watch AEW from January to right now, tell me another person who's having the hell of a year as Jack Perry. TNT champion, beat up Kenny Omega, beat Darby Allin in a coffin match. I think he got the pinfall victory on Bryan Danielson in Anarchy in the Arena. He beat up Tony Khan, which, let's go back to the Stone Cold days where a lot of people back in the days, what's the one thing you want to do? You want to beat up your boss. Guess what? Jack Perry got to beat up his boss. So it's not CM Punk. There's no reason why. It's been a year. Jack Perry is on fire. He's on a run, and this run has led him to the AEW World Championship.
Which gets me excited and happy, because even if he doesn't win, it shows me that AEW is going to start leaning him towards the main event scene pretty soon. And that's a good thing if you're Jack Perry. I don't mind seeing Jack Perry in a main event scene. I just think he needs to be fully developed. And they're kind of testing the waters out with him and Bryan, in a way.
Right. So in this match, I actually see Bryan Danielson winning, but I see Jack Perry also getting as much help from the Elite as possible. I don't mind if Bryan's kicking Jack's head in, and then Matthew and Nicholas come out, and then bam, they get super kick, and then Okada comes out, Rainmaker, and all that stuff. Because what is it? Jack Perry's mid-20s?
Yeah, mid-20s.
I'll give credit where it's due. For you guys that know, I don't often give Bryan Danielson his praises, but he is a veteran. He's a former world champion. Wherever you guys look, ROH, WWE, he's a current world champion. This guy knows his stuff. He's not going to just take the easy L to some mid-20s mid-card champ.
Exactly. Who hasn't really proven himself to be a world champion yet. He's getting there, don't get me wrong. But it's like, this is the opportunity for Jack Perry to take advantage of the spotlight, to go to say to others, I belong in the main event scene now. And yes, I did what I did a few months back and a year ago, but he's honestly moved out of that shadow to me.
Right.
And he's craved his own way, and he became his own person, which you got to respect as a viewer, as a wrestling fan. You can't do anything but be happy for Jack Perry.
Exactly, guys. Jack Perry has carved his own path, and we're watching the labors of his work. And this is
It's only gonna get better from here.
Yeah, it can only get better from here. For everyone that was too busy crying about the whole incident, he went to Japan. He did his stuff. He joined House of Torture for a cup of coffee. He feuded with Shota Umino. He returned. He helped the Young Bucks win back their AEW tag titles, and then he beat up Tony Khan, and then the rest is history.
And I didn't like about Brian as well. I can already tell with this title run, he's gonna try to put over the younger talent and give them a main event spotlight. So that's gonna be the big plus for Brian's world title run. Guys like Jack Perry is gonna be able to shine that you don't usually see every now and then in a main event scene world title match. He's gonna help build.
He's definitely gonna help him build. And another thing I also want to say about Brian as world champion, I've had an agenda to push ever since last month, ever since Zack Sabre Jr. won the G1. And I said that we are going to live in a time period in wrestling where we're going to say, hey, who's AEW World Champion? Bryan Danielson. And who's IWGP World Heavyweight Champion? Zack Sabre Jr. There's going to be a time where the wrestling world will be covered in technical wrestling. And for that to happen, I need two things to happen. I need Zack first to beat Naito at King of Pro Wrestling, which, guys, that may be coming to Talk for Glory on YouTube, or it may come to the miniseries. So I need Zack to do that. But more importantly, I need Brian to maintain the AEW World Championship. And that's what I believe Brian does here.
Yeah. I think he gets over, but he helps put over Jack Perry in a way where everybody's like, all right, now we can kind of take him serious now. He's not just the TNT title holder, which is good. In a way, I kind of like his run so far, even though it's fresh. It's like 2 weeks, right?
No, it's been about
like a
it's
month,
been
right?
months.
Yeah, I'm bugging out. Like a month.
Yeah, it's been months.
I said 2 weeks.
He won it in July.
Yeah, like a month or two, yeah.
No. Wait, when was Forbidden Door? Because I saw him live win it.
June.
Okay, so he's been champ since June.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so it's still fresh. It's still fresh, so it kind of helps him in a lot of areas. So, hey, why not?
Exactly, but this will not be the scapegoat era yet.
Not yet. I think this helps him lean towards the main event scene, but not just yet. But hey, I got Brian winning.
And I got Brian as well. Now that was the Talk for Glory all-out predictions. And damn, I actually like doing all-out predictions. I think, yeah, we did do last year. We did last year and the year before.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I would look forward to this. I looked forward to doing All In as well. But there's just something about All Out where All In's a story, but these matches for All Out go crazy.
Yeah. It's like I said earlier, it's super stacked, which I'm excited. We got a lot of wrestling to watch. Of course, if you're a fan of just wrestling, not caring about other stuff, this is the pay-per-view you're gonna see.
And I'll try my best to give the gameplay as we give the review as well. Since it's Saturday, I guess maybe, don't quote us on this, but maybe the review either comes, depending on the time, like Saturday night, or it comes Sunday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
So around there. But I want to thank everyone that will be listening to this. I see that we're at 4 viewers, 2 Twitch, 2 YouTube. So thank you for just listening. It's okay that you guys didn't interact with us.
As long as you're watching.
As long as you're watching, and who knows, maybe you'll DM us on our socials. But before you guys do any of that, I want you guys to always do the following. You guys know to follow the socials, which I'm not going to say again. But
don't forget, guys, drop a like, drop us up, turn on the post notifications. If you guys haven't already, me and Enigma truly appreciate it. We're looking forward to All Out tomorrow. And yeah, I'm Young Smooth.
I'm Enigma before.
And thank you guys for watching. Enjoy wrestling. Enjoy All Out. And have a safe night.
Yep. Remember, guys, enjoy wrestling.